It's the second trimester. I don't even know when the third trimester starts. You think I would know this considering it's my 6th pregnancy, but like I just don't. So we're in the middle of the second trimester. We're in the thick of it. So I thought I would do a little update of how the second trimester with twins is going. That's still so weird to say. 2 whole babies. 2. That was a terrible intro, but let's get right into it. I am 24 weeks pregnant, so I wanted to do a little second trimester update. I really wanted to document this twin pregnancy and how it's going because it's my last pregnancy, plus it's a twin pregnancy. I've had a lot of issues and I feel like I've kind of felt a little like detached from the pregnancy. So I definitely haven't documented it as much as I wanted to, but hopefully from here on out I'll remember to document it more. Here's my 24-week bump picture. We're just rolling with the punches here. How have I been feeling during the second trimester? I definitely have way more energy. I'm not as tired. You know, what they say about the second trimester is really real. I feel so much better than I did in the first trimester. Even though I didn't feel like too terrible in the first trimester, there's definitely a significant difference in the second trimester. Like, I'm not having too many crazy symptoms. I have some mild heartburn. I don't ever take anything for it. I just suffer through the pain. My feet swell if I'm in the car for a long period of time. Like, I've been going to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore twice a week, and that's an hour-and-a-half drive one direction. So by the time I get home, my feet aren't that swollen, but they just don't look right. So I've been loving these compression socks. They have been saving the day every time. I've been sleeping fine. I don't wake up too often. I mean, I might toss and turn a little bit, but that doesn't really bother me. The only thing, when I get into bed, I kind of get restless leg syndrome. So I have to like get in bed and hurry up and go to sleep, or else I'm like dying to get out of bed and like go run a marathon. But I'm on bed rest, so there's no marathons in my future right now. I'm on bed rest currently, technically modified bed rest, not like strict bed rest. I had surgery 2 weeks ago, so I've been instructed to take it easy since I've had my surgery, and that is why I am on bed rest. I'm having identical twins. Identical twins that share a placenta are called MoDi twins. Monochorionic di something or other. Shoot, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it means they're in separate sacs but share a placenta. When you have twins that are sharing a placenta, it can pose some risks. You're ultimately higher risk than somebody that's having di twins. They're sharing a placenta, sharing a blood supply. The twins weren't sharing the blood equally, so one twin was getting a lot more blood and one twin was getting less blood. They call this twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome. They measure this in different stages: stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and stage 5 is fetal death. So I was borderline, like, didn't have it. I wasn't even considered stage 1 for a long time. I was like stage 0. I was right there. So I was being monitored twice a week because the TTTS can really rapidly go from 0 to 100. So they were monitoring me twice a week at Johns Hopkins Hospital at their fetal therapy center. I don't know why my mouth's not working today. So my progress was really slow paced, and then finally at 22 weeks I went in. One of the twins had some stress on their heart. It was time for surgery. So I had that surgery. I can make a separate video on that specifically, that whole experience and what it was like. At the time, it was a lot and it was really scary. I'm still considered in the recovery period. It's still scary. Anything can happen. It is like a life-saving surgery and you cannot predict the outcome. So it's just been a lot on my mind. So when I say I've been kind of disconnected from this pregnancy, that is why. This has been going on since before Thanksgiving, and it's January 17th. It's been going on a long time. The majority of my pregnancy, I want to say. So I really just have been like spaced out and just along for the ride. I know a lot of people wonder this question, ask this question. I haven't even hit the 20-pound threshold yet for how much weight I've gained. I'm like just under it. So I'm sure I'll be hitting that any day now. But for a twin pregnancy, the goal is like 50 pounds. My OB wanted me to gain 50 pounds. So I'm a little over halfway and I'm only reaching 20. So probably not exactly where she wants me to be. It's important you gain weight for a reason, especially in a twin pregnancy or like a multiples pregnancy, when you're further along in your pregnancy and your stomach is like mashed and you can't fit anything in it. Your babies are going to be using the weight that you've gained. I know it's important to have gained something, so I'm not like worried or concerned or anything like that. I'm just rolling with the punches here. One thing you definitely don't want to say to a pregnant chick is that she's too big, too small, anything like that. Like, just don't comment on their size. When I was struggling with the twin to twin transfusion syndrome, one of my babies had so much extra fluid, it wasn't even funny. So my stomach was gigantic. After they did the surgery, they took out 2.5 liters of amniotic fluid from one baby. Just from one baby. So definitely don't like call people big. I know the same thing goes for saying people are too small. Like, just don't comment on pregnant women's size of their belly. Everybody's different and you don't know what somebody's going through. My twins literally had a condition. We didn't know if they were gonna make it. We're still in limbo, but I don't have all that extra fluid. My stomach is smaller, more manageable. You just don't know like what somebody's pregnancy could be like or what they're going through. So it's best to just not comment on that kind of thing. I don't really have any cravings. I do tend to like salty things, which is weird because I'm like a sweets person. I like sugar. I tend to eat a lot more of like a savory, salty, sour, and spicy. Always spicy. Spicy even when I'm not pregnant, I'll take spicy. The one thing I do crave, and it's weird because when I'm pregnant, I don't drink this ever, but it's orange juice. Every day I'm like, can I have orange juice? It's like my morning cup of coffee since the twins don't like coffee. I definitely don't have like a whole lot of food aversions, but like meat, I'm just not into. I mean, I'll eat it. So the only other thing besides that is just they don't really like coffee. I'll have like 3 sips and they're like, okay, that's enough. You can stop that, Mom. We don't like it. I actually did my glucose test today, so we'll see how that goes. That drink was disgusting. I did the orange one. I don't like orange anything except juice. But like orange soda, no. So that was pretty gross. But it wasn't too bad. I was able to drink it in 5 minutes and then sit there for an hour without throwing up or passing out. I found somebody to be my birth photographer, which I'm super excited. My last 2 births, I had a birth photographer, and honestly, they're like some of my favorite photos. You know, I had to explain to her, like, I have a due date, but twins tend to come earlier, or they don't let you go that long, or she's on board to play it by ear with me, so I'm only going to be birthing twins once in my life, and I would like to have it documented by somebody other than my husband so that he could be present with me. You know what I mean? I haven't really been buying much because of all that's been going on. Definitely like no nursery, no theme, no plan, no anything. The one thing I did buy was a twin bassinet, the Halo bassinet for twins. I was really excited to find that. It was for an amazing price. Another big purchase we made were car seats. Back when Target had their 20% off trade-in deal going, we bought car seats then. So we've had car seats for a long time. And now we have bassinet. So we're making progress. I feel like once we get a little bit more past the surgery and recovering, then maybe we'll finally announce the gender of our babies. I had plans to announce it before, and then all of this TTTS stuff started happening, and I just felt like I needed to hold off until I got a grip on what was happening. And let me tell you, I never got a grip. So yeah, when we decide that we feel comfortable, then maybe then we'll share. But until then, it'll remain a mystery. I will make a separate video on my twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome journey experience plus surgery. It's a lot to explain, so I wasn't going to break it down in this video. But that's definitely something I'm going to talk about because that has been a huge part of my journey. And thank you, Johns Hopkins Dr. Miller, for saving my twins. It's definitely been an emotional roller coaster. Going between appointments, I was holding my breath each time. Then it became kind of like deja vu where every appointment was the same. So I was just expecting it to be the same every appointment, and then suddenly it wasn't the same, and suddenly it was come back tomorrow for surgery at 5 a.m. and it just like flipped, and it's been a whole thing. But we are 24 weeks and we're doing good so far. So if you have any questions for me, please leave them down below. Well, that's the second trimester with twins. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.